Welcome to Deep Thought. Never assume you know what's important to a person. And never assume that. Never assume that. And I'm going to tell you what, I kind of came to decide to do that because of myself. I'm noticing a pattern on not this channel, but my other channel, where I would get a bunch of subs, but then it would go low. And I was like, oh, okay. And I've noticed that before sometime. And it's probably, well, it might not be, but from just my intuition is just saying it's somebody trying to mess with my count, thinking it would mess with me. But I'm laughing about it because that's not important to me. Yeah, I notice on any of my channels, I don't say like, share, or subscribe. Because even on this channel, most I would say is subscribe, but that was just to make money. But I haven't done that in years. I haven't done that in years because I got to the point where the channel was monetized. Now after that, it's whoever want to come. And I've said that before. I even said that on my other channel. Because every now and then I would get somebody and they would say, well, I'm going to unsub. I'd be like, bye. That's not important to me. That's not important to me. Only thing I care about is whether or not I'm helping somebody, whether or not the information I'm giving. And if I'm not, I don't care if they go on. In fact, I've even said several times, go find somebody who can help you. If I can't help you, find somebody who can. Because only one, even on this channel, well, on this channel, on my other channel, I say I want the wolves. On this channel, I want the thinkers. I want the people who are going to think. That's what, and even that, if all of a sudden people were to stop watching this channel, I'll be like, oh, okay. People not interested. Let me just move on. Let me do something else. See, and that's just, I use that as an example for myself. But one of the things as you're going through life, never assume you know what's important to a person. Never assume. The only way you can even have an idea what's important to that person is if that person is within your inner circle and they telling you some things that you ain't heard before. And I'm gonna tell you something I found in life. Even then, somebody might not tell you everything. They will tell you just enough. They will tell you just enough. But as you go through life, never assume. You don't know. You don't know. No matter what clothes you see them wearing, that might not be important to them. Or even what they doing for a living, that might not be important for them. Let's use that for an example. You might see somebody in a job and you think, oh yeah, that job's important to them. And yeah, they making money on it, but that might be their side job. They might not want to do that permanently. In fact, they might be about to leave that job. You don't know what their dreams are, do you? You don't know what their priorities are, why they doing what they're doing. Even now, for everything I do on here, I never say, well, what's important to me? You can't assume. You can't assume anything with anyone. When I meet somebody, I'll talk with them, I'll shoot the breeze, but I don't make any assumptions what's important to them. See, the thing is, you don't know them. Now, you still want to treat them like you with some respect. You still want to, treat them with some respect. You want to be polite to them and everything. And, being polite is very important. But, you don't know this person. You don't know what really motivates them, what they want to do. You really don't. And then even sometimes you might know what's important to them or have some idea one of the things, but you don't know everything. Because no matter who it is, unless you're in an intimate relationship with them, really an intimate sexual relationship, you really don't know. And see, that's important too. You don't know that person. When that person is driving, you in the car, sometimes I'll be thinking, I wonder what's up with them. Every now and then. Where are they going? Because it's a different person. That's one thing with me. But I still don't know. I still don't know. And I'm gonna tell you what, there's been people I've met and even got into it with, but there have been plenty of people I got into it with. Like I remember in college, there was a guy, and I did make some assumptions about him, but later on he turned out to be one of my best friends. But that's where I really learned never make that assumption. Because I looked at him, I remember when I first saw him, I said, yeah, me and him gonna be fighting one day. But then one day he was telling me some deep shit. Some deep shit. This dude was, me and him were like buddy. I was like, what the heck? What the heck? But then that's where I really learned, you don't assume. You don't know anybody. You don't know what's up with them. There might be some people watching these videos. You don't know what's in they might watch this and say, oh, that's important to them, that's important, or try to look at the books. But you still don't know. I got plenty of books. I got books down here that nobody sees. You don't know. You don't know. And when you like out and about, like I said, most you can do is treat them with respect. You can be polite with them, but you don't know what really motivates them. You don't know. All you can do is just go on. You can't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. You don't know what really drives that person, what they really want to do. Even when you working on a job, you could be talking about whatever. Like I have a good friend, and we had worked together on a job, and we text each other every now and then. And I've known her for nearly 20 years. But she just hit me with something, and it was like she does something. There's an action she does. And she said why she does this. And I was like, damn, you ain't never oh my goodness. And this is somebody I would consider a good friend. This is somebody who, we had private conversations with. She hit me with something new after nearly 20 years. And she said this is why she behaves in a certain manner. I mean, this is powerful. You just never know. And see, going through life, you just have to go. Indeed, there are people in relationships, romantic relationships, they really don't know their mate. They think they do. Even sexual relationships. Now, they come closer probably than anyone else, but they really don't know. They don't know what they're doing. In fact, there was another woman who, I'll just say she cheated on her husband. And she said she'll go to her deathbed without letting him know. And you really don't. So when you meet people out here, you don't know what their thing is, and you don't make any assumptions. You don't know what's really driving them, what their real goals are. And really, unless it's affecting you directly, and I'll talk about that in my next one, you don't really need to worry about it. So anyway, that's all I have for today. I want y'all to think on this, and I'll get back with y'all. Peace.